Randi Rhodes Show. Turn up your mind.
10 dead. On top of that, an additional 10 wounded, transported to area trauma centers in various conditions ranging from stable to critical condition. Police continuing to investigate at this hour. They do say at this time a male suspect remains at large. They are asking anyone with any information from the public that leads to an arrest to please contact them, and telling everybody in this area, of course, to remain vigilant. Chaos rang out at about 10:22 when those first shots were fired. Police, of course, responding as quickly as possible. This is all troubling because, as we've been alluding to, this area heavily Asian, this community AAPI, heavily AAPI, and this was one of the largest Lunar New Year celebrations in all of Southern California, if not the country. Tens of thousands of people flooding the streets for a two-day celebration. At this time, though, police can't ascribe motive. They don't know if this was targeted or indiscriminate, or if this will lead to a hate crime investigation at some point. It is just too early, but police continue, of course, their investigation at this very early stage. We do expect another press conference in the next few hours, and as soon as we learn more, of course, Willie, we'll let you know.
And they did learn more. And what they learned, hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It must have been Sunday, must have been a weekend, because there were mass shootings all across the United States. You only heard about the one, right? So next time somebody says to you, did you hear about the mass shooting? Remember to be the smartest person in the room and say, which one? Which one? Because apparently now we're measuring mass shootings by how effective the shooter was, right? Because there was a mass shooting in Baton Rouge in a bar called Dior. In Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It was 3 colleges, 3 universities: Southern University, A&M College, and Louisiana State University, LSU. But they were not very effective. They had a party there involving these 3 schools. It was a back-to-school party or some such crap. And, mayhem ensued. They started opening fire on each other. And 12 people were shot, not killed, shot. So, we're going to measure our mass shootings now by the effectiveness of the shooter, apparently. Now, here was later on yesterday afternoon, okay, when the LA County Sheriff, Robert Lunar, actually announced that they had the suspect and who he is.
The suspect has been identified as Hu Can Tran, and the way that's spelled is H-U-U, middle name C-A-N, last name T-R-A-N. He is a 72-year-old male Asian. I can confirm that there are no outstanding suspects from the mass shooting incident that occurred in the city of Monterey Park.
72 years old? 72. Okay, so here is what I'm hearing from the Congress member, Miss Chu, who represents Monterey Park in California. She's saying that she had heard that this man, this 72-year-old man, Hu Can Tran, was looking for his ex-wife. Yes, that he had been, now you might be aware that these incidents, and there was more than one attempt at, shooting people at 2 different ballroom dance venues. Ballroom dancing appears to be a very beloved kind of, a hobby, sort of a way to express yourself as a, middle-aged to senior citizen in Asian communities. And apparently this man, Hu Can Tran, was a dance instructor. Now, this is all hearsay, okay? I'm just listening to what people on the ground in that area, the representative for that particular district, is saying. And she heard that he was a dance instructor with a very bad temper. He would get very irate at his students who missed their dance steps and be very hostile and nasty to them. He married a woman, apparently, and he would yell at her. He was abusive to her whenever she missed her dance steps. Now, the story is something like he went to look for her. They've been divorced since 2005. It's almost 20 years, okay? But the story is something like he went to look for her in one of these ballroom dance venues. And when he couldn't find her there, he got very hostile, very irate, had a very bad temper. And he shot the place up. And hence you have 10 dead people and 10 wounded there. He then proceeded to another dance venue. And in that dance venue, there was a 26-year-old man who saw an old man walk in hostile with a weapon. And the 26-year-old apparently tackled the old man and was able to wrestle the gun away from him. This 26-year-old is now considered a massive hero by this community. And then the old man went into his van, where by all accounts from what I saw on the TV there, when they pinned his van in between two SWAT team trucks, they actually said that they had heard one single gunshot inside the van. They waited a while. They sent a robot into the van, whatever. And they finally decided that, the man, that whoever was in that van was no longer, let's say, active. And they decided to breach the van, break the window, and go into the van, where they saw a man slumped over in the driver's seat, dead. It turns out to be this guy. But when they opened the side door, the side panel of the white panel van, which seems to be, very popular with, mass killers, I don't know. But like his bedding fell out of the side of the van. So something tells me he was living in it. And that this was, going to be, this we will eventually, they were looking for a motive. Hey, this is going to be, jealousy. This is going to be one of the thing that's so disturbing is that, look, California, if you look at California's gun laws, they're fairly strict. So, you look at California's gun laws, you see that this guy had a gun that was wrestled away from him and another gun in his van where he was able to take his own life. And you just and now they're telling us that the gun that he used, at least in the dance hall, had an extended magazine, which is illegal in California. And you just say to yourself, my God, with some of the best gun laws in the country, they're like seventh from the most peaceful state, California, is with regard to gun homicide. They rank very low per capita in gun homicides. You might be surprised. The highest rates of gun-related death, counting murder, suicides, and other categories rated by the CDC included Mississippi. Oh, yeah, Mississippi highest on the list. Louisiana, Wyoming, Missouri, Alabama. The lowest rates are New York, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Hawaii, California. These are the lowest, right? So you just have to say to yourself, my God, the attitude of our people is so bad that people really think that they can just shoot it out now. That's what happened in the bar in Baton Rouge. The nightclub shooting, there were 12 injuries. The police are categorizing it as a targeted attack, meaning it wasn't just a random act of violence. No, but it looks like at 1:30 in the morning, the DR Bar and Lounge, a fight broke out there. And you had groups of customers and multiple people pulling out guns. And of the 12 people that were shot, 3 sustained life-threatening injuries. I mean, this is the way we settle our disputes now. Welcome to America.